Welcome everyone to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host Peyton, and with me is my co-host Torrin.
Yo.
We have a great show for everyone this week. We're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con and D23 2024. A lot of stuff to get through, literally just a news episode. So let's just get right into the news. So we're going to start off with some miscellaneous news, or we're going to go to Star Wars, DC, and then Marvel, which is the big stuff. First, this is according to Deadline. A John Wick sequel series called The High Table is in the works. Chad Stahelski will direct the pilot. It is set right after the events of John Wick 4. Keanu Reeves, obviously, if you've seen John Wick 4, will not star, but does have a hands-on involvement as a producer. It also will contain other characters from the John Wick films. So I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in as well.
I didn't watch that prequel series because it didn't look very good, but
I haven't seen the Continental either. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I don't want to watch it because known racist Mel Gibson is in it.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, Invincibles, fucking Christ. Incredibles 3 is in the works. Brad Bird is developing the film. Look, man, I'll criticize Disney all the time for, being lazy, making sequels to everything. That being said, in Incredibles 3, I didn't love Incredibles 2, but I don't really care. I'm down for a third one.
Yeah, same here.
Like, I was telling you that Incredibles and Inside Out are really the only franchises, I guess, Disney has, or Pixar, I guess, has that warrants sequels outside of like Toy Story, because that's already wrapped up technically, even though they're making a Toy Story 5. But anyway, as long as, because Incredibles 2 was basically just the first movie, but not as good. So I don't really see a world where they can just do the first one a third time. But I don't know, they could fuck it up, I guess. But I think it'll actually be something different. I trust Brad Bird. But anyway, on to some Star Wars news. Ben Mendelsohn and Forrest Whitaker will officially return as Krennic and Saw Gerrera in Andor Season 2. This is very exciting. The concept for Andor Season 2 is that it's going to be 12 episodes in each about, I don't know exactly for sure, but there's going to be like 3 episode arcs. Each arc takes place over like a year. And by the end of the series, it'll be like directly like right before Rogue One starts. So that's going to be really interesting. Also makes sense why Krennic would be in it, because he's extremely important to the whole, Death Star thing. But yeah, there's that. Also, we got a trailer for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. The first 2 episodes released on December 8th. Skeleton Crew, I don't know if you saw the trailer. It looks like so much fun.
Star Wars Goonies.
Yeah, literally Star Wars Goonies. Man, it just looks delightful. It just looks whimsical, Yeah. Very excited for that. Really the only like known cast member is Jude Law. The rest are children, so I can't wait for the Star Wars fandom to be completely normal about that. It's gonna be so fun to be on the internet. Just gonna try my best to avoid it.
Star Wars fans attacking kids has been done before.
It's what they're known for.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's their bread and butter. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to just stay off the internet for that, even though I failed at doing that for the Acolyte. But I'll try again. Onto some DC news. Joel Kinnaman will reportedly return as Rick Flag in Peacemaker Season 2. The problem with this is, it's like, obviously, it's, if he is in it, it's going to be like flashbacks or like, I don't know, a hallucination or some shit. But it is important to note that the person who said this is someone who was working on Peacemaker Season 2, but they put him like in the cast list or like in the caption. It was like, thanks to so-and-so, and Joel Kinnaman. It has since been removed, so it's unclear if it's like he made a mistake and it was like, oh, he's not in this, or obviously he wasn't supposed to reveal that, so he had to take it out. We don't know, but if he is in it, I think that could be really interesting. And also, it would just be nice to see Rick Flag again. Next piece of news, Matt Reeves originally had the idea for the Batman 2 to pick up with the Penguin taking over crime in Gotham, but decided to turn this element into a TV series instead. I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Just make The Sopranos, but in Gotham. Speaking of the Batman, Matt Reeves says the Batman Part 2 officially begins filming early next year. So that is exciting. We're actually finally, it's getting there. It's been 87 years, but we're getting there. Also, Superman, James Gunn's Superman, has wrapped filming. So obviously that's super exciting. Finally getting into, editing and VFX and all that. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. Just less than a year away, Torn. Isn't that weird? We're less than a year away from James Gunn's Superman.
Yeah, it's nuts.
A Superman movie, man. Oh, so exciting. But we also got a new trailer for the Penguin that's releasing September 18th. Looks good. It really
does look good.
Yeah, we're just at the point it's like, damn, it needs to come out. But then we have all the Marvel news, and there's a lot. So we'll start off with the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, and then we'll move into the D23 stuff. I think I forgot to say there was time codes in the description or the show notes. It is what it is. This is according to Daniel RPK. Marvel Studios reportedly wants Shawn Levy to direct other MCU projects. It was rumored previously that they were maybe eyeing him for Kang Dynasty or what's now Avengers Doomsday. But obviously they went with the Russo brothers, which we'll get to. But one of the top options that they want Shawn Levy to direct is Young Avengers. So, I mean, I'm down for that. Also, with what they're doing with the two Avengers movies, I wonder where's that going to fit in the timeline? Is that going to be like after, in between the two Avengers movies, right before? I don't know. But I mean, I'm down for it regardless. And Shawn Levy seems like a solid choice, a good director for these types of movies. I mean, people have been shitting on him for Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's those kinds of people. You get it. So Giancarlo Esposito will star as Sidewinder, who is the king of the Serpent Society in Captain America: Brave New World. A clip from the film, the trailer that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con. It's online. You can find it if you want. But it does have Thunderbolt Ross essentially saying that the celestial body coming out of the ground from Eternals has allowed them to create adamantium. And at the end of the trailer, Harrison Ford turns into Red Hulk right in front of the White House whilst giving a speech. Torn and I saw that. Looks crazy. I love how it's like I expected it to look like Harrison Ford because Hulk looks like Mark Ruffalo, but man, it really is. It's Harrison Ford, but like it looks good.
Looks absolutely insane.
Incredible.
But like, I know. Oh my god, I just can't believe we're finally getting like Red Hulk.
Finally getting Red Hulk, or we're finally getting what looks like to be like a good espionage Captain America movie. It looks really good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like the last time we had espionage vibes, you know how that turned out.
Really good.
No.
Oh. I should say that the Giancarlo Esposito's character Sidewinder, the king of the Serpent Society, with all the reshoots that they did, originally the Serpent Society was supposed to be in here just generally, but I think they've since taken them out in the reshoots and have essentially replaced them with Giancarlo Esposito's character. I don't know. I mean, I part of me is like, oh, that kind of sucks. But also, if, we're getting into this era of Marvel where they're like, okay, we're not just going to shit stuff out. We're going to try to, fine tune this stuff. I imagine it wasn't working and that's why they pivoted. So is what it is. And obviously they're seem to be pleased with Giancarlo Esposito's, whole thing within the movie. But Adamantium coming into the MCU through the Celestial thing, which finally we can get people to stop fucking crying about how have they not talked about this in the MCU? There's a whole Celestial coming up. Just shut up. We could shut up about it now. It's happening, okay?
And it's also not like they referenced it like twice. So
yeah, but we're getting Adamantium. So I wonder if they're going to be like, it's basically vibranium, but like everyone has it now. I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to, if they're going to like differentiate it in some capacity. Like, is one going to be particularly stronger? Is one going to have like drawbacks? I don't know.
Well, like fucking vibranium is like kind of stronger than like adamantium because of its kinetic energy. So we'll see how that goes.
And vibranium is supposed to be like super light as well.
Yeah, super light. Yeah.
So I'm curious how they're gonna try to make adamantium different. They could, I don't know. They could make it like technically like stronger, but maybe it's like really heavy. I don't know. I don't work with that. I'm not Kevin Feige. Jeez. Stop pestering me, man. Kevin Feige confirmed that the White Vision series is in the works from Terry Matalas. I hope I'm probably butchered that pronunciation. He worked on Star Trek Picard. Kevin Feige said, quote, it was from his amazing work on Star Trek Picard season 3. I said, this is incredible. Let me find the person who made this. And now they're working on White Vision. I kind of enjoy, I like Star Trek. I like the movies, the Abrams movies, that whole universe. Outside of that, I don't really partake in Star Trek. Also, Star Trek is in sort of a similar boat as Star Wars when it comes to their series. It's very love it or hate it. There's only like one series that's like universally praised by Star Trek fans. But Picard is one of those, like, you love it or you hate it. My dad is a super Star Trek fan, and he really enjoys Picard. So maybe it's up in the air, basically, is what I'm saying. It's like, that's not to say, like, what they're going to do with White Vision is going to be hit or miss. But just based on the Star Trek stuff, you never know. Anyway, moving on. Kevin Feige says that the Thunderbolts, the team, isn't named after Thunderbolt Ross, which is interesting. So what are they named after? Why are they called the Thunderbolts? They just gonna be, it just happens to be the same name as Ross? What are we doing here? What's going on here? I don't know. There was also footage shown at San Diego Comic-Con. Unfortunately, they didn't show that footage at D23, so it could have leaked, but I guess we're shit out of luck there. But apparently it looked good. Apparently the action looked really good from what people said at Comic-Con, but also the people who go to Comic-Con are going to say anything because they're caught up in the excitement of everything. But yeah, I don't know what are the Thunderbolts going to be named after. It's also the asterisk. What's the asterisk about? I'm pretty sure it's still Dark Avengers, but who knows? Anyway, let's move on to Fantastic Four, Torrin. What do you say we move on to some Fantastic Four? So,
yeah,
the Fantastic Four is described as a set in a retro future of the 60s, and it also is now titled Fantastic Four First Steps. First and foremost, set in the retro futuristic 60s, 100% therefore. Oh my god. I love that aesthetic so much. like fucking Nuketown 2025, Black Ops 2, fucking Fallout. I love that aesthetic. It's so good. But yeah, the title, I'm not 100% sold on yet. We couldn't have just called it Fantastic Four. Just seems like an unnecessary change.
Yeah. Some people will speculate that First Steps, by the end of First Steps, Franklin's gonna be born, or he's already there.
True. Well, it was rumored a while ago that he's going to have their two kids, Franklin and Valeria.
Yeah. Well, then if Valeria is already there, then like Doctor Doom has to be established in that some sort of way.
True. Which apparently the rumor is that Doctor Doom is going to make a post-credit scene appearance.
That's fucking ass.
Well, he's not the main villain, is he? So it's not.
Well, the whole fucking point of Valeria getting her name is Doctor Doom named her. So
well, it's not like she's fucking conceived in this movie. She's already born.
That's the point, because Doom names her.
I know, but
Doom,
we didn't see that, so it's not the point,
bro.
Her name is already Valeria. It's just like, okay, it's Valeria.
But why is he showing up in the post-credit scene? That doesn't make sense.
So we can set it up for the Avengers movie.
That doesn't make sense, because Doctor Doom has to already be established in the movie for her to have maybe Valeria, bro. That doesn't make sense, dude. I'm not watching this, bro. The MCU film Endgame. So the MCU failed to Endgame, bro. Like, this is not it, bro.
I hate you. Stop talking.
Cool. Franklin and Valeria are born already, and can't wait to see Franklin create a galaxy when he's a baby.
True. I will say the first steps thing referring to their children that makes sense. Also, they're shooting it right now, and there were some set photos of Sue Storm carrying a child. So
little baby, little CGI baby like Twilight.
Oh, I was thinking the Flash, but but yeah, both it's Twilight. Horrible. Yeah, both are horrendous. But what's worse? Probably Twilight.
Twilight, because like the face is moving.
Yeah, it's the face. Yeah. Also, the Fantastic Car, that clip you can find online because it was actually there at San Diego Comic-Con.
Fantastic Car.
Yeah, the Fantastic Car is an old Cadillac that looks straight out of the Jetsons, and it does. It looks. It's not like that shit in the early 2000s Fantastic Four movies, which I mean was okay for the time, I guess. But yeah, it looks great. It's a flying car. I don't know what you want. It's a flying 60s style futuristic car. It's fun. Early footage, this you can find online, by the way. All the early footage you can find online, like Pedro Pascal's doing like this old-timey accent. It's really fun. It sort of gives you like the stylistic vibe that they're going for, and it's all like test footage because they hadn't started shooting yet. But at the end of that little sizzle reel they did, it shows early footage of Galactus. It showed his face peering into like a building, very clearly a giant cosmic entity. And also the Fantastic Four will appear in both upcoming Avengers films. So there's that as well. Real as hell. And Galactus looks insane. Did you see the test footage stuff that they showed?
For what?
Fantastic Four.
Yes, I did.
Pedro Pascal is like, oh, look, I'm in a science class. Look, children, who wants to see an explosion? And all the kids are like, yay, explosions. And he's like, I love my wife. I definitely don't beat her because it's the 60s. It's not abuse. It's just, it was a different time. It's fine. He said that in the footage. Anyway, on to the big stuff that's controversial, to say the least. Partially, at least. The Russo brothers are set to direct Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars. And this is a huge, like, turn because the rumor, like, a week or 2 weeks prior to this announcement, it was like, oh, yeah, Marvel met up with the Russo brothers, but it fell through. Clearly, it didn't. Avengers 5 is now titled Avengers Doomsday, which is fucking insane. And of course, the big thing that everyone's talking about, Robert Downey Jr. will star as Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday is going to release in theaters May 2026. Stephen McFeely, who wrote Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, or co-wrote Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War, The Winter Soldier, The First Avenger, he will be writing Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And Alan Silvestri has teased that he will be composing at least Avengers Doomsday. A lot of stuff to unpack there. Okay, so the Russo brothers are back. W, obviously. People who say whatever the fuck they want about their, movies outside of the MCU and like post Endgame and stuff like that. But it can't be denied that they work super well in this sandbox. I mean, literally, people, I don't know why there's a bunch of people that like to shit on the Russo brothers for no fucking reason, but like it and I hate to say it, but like objectively, their movies have done better than critically and financially than almost any other movie in the MCU. I mean, Winter Soldier is still considered one of the best. Obviously, Infinity War and Endgame. Civil War is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, it's undeniable. They just understand what to do with these characters. So it's a really good thing they're back. Stephen McFeely, I think I literally talked about it when we talked about the Russo brothers like possibly returning. I was like, if they're gonna bring back the Russos, I think they should bring back Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus, who, you know, wrote Infinity War and Game and all the ones I mentioned. They're just bringing back Stephen McFeely. I imagine they're usually a duo, so I imagine maybe, I don't know what happened there, but the fact that one of them is coming back, honestly, the fact that Stephen McFeely and the Russo brothers are coming back to write and direct is more exciting to me than Robert Downey Jr. coming back into the MCU as Doom, because I know that those names say quality to me when it comes to the MCU. So that gets me hyped. Let's talk about the RDJ in the room. What are we thinking here?
It is a very weird thing. It's very weird, in my opinion. I'm trying to like really be neutral about it, just because like it's possible that more likely that RDJ is definitely playing a variant of Doctor Doom. But you know, the whole thing is we don't want, or at least I don't want him to be the main Doctor Doom. Mm-hmm. If he's the main Doctor Doom, I'm not gonna like that. I personally don't even give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you know, there also have been talks of like, yeah, this just seems like super like lazy and desperate. Like lazy, I can kind of see that. Desperate, probably so too. But if he's just a variant, which most likely he is, I'm on board with that. And then hopefully he gets fucking ripped to shreds by the real Doom in Doomsday. Mm-hmm. But also even just like the logistics of like everything, like bro's getting paid $80+ million. Yeah,
I was gonna like I have that written down. Like, well, let me talk to it. Let me read the thing here. It says, according to Variety, Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid significantly more than $80 million to star as Doctor Doom. So $80 million minimum to star as Doctor Doom in the next two Avengers movies. He also only agreed to return to the MCU on the condition that the Russos would direct the films. I guess that's a W on his part. Robert Downey Jr. reportedly from his entire time, at the MCU, he has earned around $500 million to $600 million from the MCU so far. He will also now get perks that include private jet travel, dedicated security, and a whole trailer encampment.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Yeah, his ass definitely gotta get killed off. He's fucking up the budget.
Literally. What about this is necessary, my guy?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like the movie's gonna start, and then fucking like the movie's just is gonna have like a big pause, and everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? And then Deadpool's gonna pop out, he's gonna be like, watch this, and gets fucking murked. And he's like, yeah, he's fucking up the budget.
The movie starts, he's like, look at me, I'm Doctor Doom. And then like that fucking scene from Age of Ultron just gets like torn in half. That's exactly. And he's like, it's Cillian Murphy. He's like, I'm Doom.
If it's Cillian Murphy, that's gonna be kind of crazy. But I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. 80 million minimum for like 1 to 2 films alone is kind of egregious.
Yeah,
like, that's just fucking insane. Plus, not to mention fucking private jet travel. You got security and
security for what, bro? What do you need security for?
You can pay for that shit for yourself.
You're getting paid over 80 million. What do you need this for? Private jet like, bro? I mean, private jet travel, I guess, makes sense. You don't want to. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.
Jet travel is crazy, but like that's like a perk inside the deal. You can just pay for that shit yourself.
in a trailer encampment. Honestly, I kind of imagine he already had a trailer encampment in the previous films. I'm not gonna lie, but still insane. Imagine earning over $500 million just from I can't I can't fathom that amount of money.
And then like, not to mention, you're owning like, at least like just for like 2 films, like you're owning like fucking like a good chunk of like both like budgets, you know. I'm pretty sure Doomsday is gonna have like a fucking like $100+ million budget.
Oh, it's well, if we compare it to Infinity War and Endgame plus inflation, Infinity War and Endgame, as like if you go online, it'll probably say like 300 million, but the Russo brothers have literally said in interviews that each movie probably came around to about 500 million each to make. Obviously they made that money back, but so it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, I imagine this Doomsday and Secret Wars cast alone, because it's going to have a lot of people. It's gonna be expensive.
No, yeah. Hey, Feige, if you listen to this, kill that motherfucker off, bro, in the film.
Bro needs to go. I mean, I love him, but bro needs to go. And what's crazy is, okay, so he's coming back as Doctor Doom, which in and of itself is odd. Here's the thing, though. They did announce just yesterday that they're doing some, you know, they're building up their parks and stuff at Disney World, Disneyland, whatever. And in one of the rides, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Iron Man and Tony Stark. So like, he's coming back as Doctor Doom, but he's coming back as Iron Man also in an unofficial capacity as a ride, which a lot of people are like, well, that seems like a waste. But to me, that says he's probably coming back as both. I mean, if you're going to come back as Iron Man, if they're, and also people are confused because like Kevin Feige came out for like the Fortnite thing to announce like, oh, this is what we're doing for Fortnite. People are like, bruh, he didn't even announce anything for the MCU. He's the president of Marvel, not just Marvel Studios. He's the president of Marvel as a whole. Like, so he like oversees everything. So I imagine he talked to RDJ about, you know, coming back as Iron Man for these park attractions. I imagine within those talks, it's like, hey, you want to come back as Iron Man in Secret Wars as well? Like, you know, and he's probably saying yes to that too. He's getting paid $80 million. But yeah, I'm conflicted about the Doom thing because on the surface, I don't necessarily see it as desperate necessarily. But I could see a world where it can be good, you know? But if it's just the way I see it, it's like, I can see a world where it can be good, but it's also so easy to fuck this up. And I feel like no matter what they do, they're going to make people mad.
You know, we're talking about MCU fans. Those motherfuckers are hard to please already.
That's true. But you know, we got people complaining that, you know, that's not a Romanian actor, which fair enough. And just people complaining that, you know, it's going to be a Stark variant, or people are going to be mad if it's a Stark variant because that diminishes Doom. But people are also are mad that that if it is the real Doom, that like you said, then that's not good either. It's I don't know. Like, to me, I'm with you. I'm hoping it's some sort of variant. I hope it's some sort of like Stark variant, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I hope it's a Stark variant too. And like, you know, it's also a thing to where, like, you know, with the actor who should be the main Doom, it should be Romani, because, you know, that's tied into his character. And that's one thing that, you know, after reading comics and after like engaging with people online about that, and who are really into Doctor Doom and like who are part of the community, they really want this. They really want Doctor Doom to be done right, and that even just becomes with like casting somebody of that group of people, the Romani people. And yeah, like I know that like fucking whenever I was on in social media, and I saw the casting or the announcement of it. Someone was like, "Damn, bro, here comes Marvel fucking with the ethnic erasure and bringing in RDJ back." Like, that's just it's just kind of crazy. But I've also been hearing that, like, in terms of, like, the comics and the storyline, people are like, "Yeah, there's gonna do Infamous Iron Man." It's not what it's about, bro. Because Doctor Doom just takes us to the mantle of Iron Man, but I don't know if they're gonna go that route, pretty much.
And they could just go their own route. It doesn't necessarily have to be from the comics.
Yeah, you're right.
Like my hope is that it's a Stark variant. It's from this Fantastic Four First Steps universe, which is obviously an alternate universe. It's going to be RDJ, maybe like as Tony Stark. And I think the Russos or someone, maybe it was Variety, actually, maybe it was a trade that said, like, RDJ has been cast as Victor Von Doom, but I don't think they actually ever said officially that he's Victor Von Doom, just that he's Dr. Doom.
Uh-huh.
I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's the case. And obviously, if they're shooting next year, they have time to, like, course correct, like, slightly. Obviously, they made this big announcement; they're gonna have to stick to it. But yeah, my hope is that he's a Stark variant from this other universe that, went a completely different route and became a villain instead of a hero. But instead of being like, I'm Iron Man, he's gonna be, I'm Dr. Doom. As for the rest of it, though, Doom's relationship to the Fantastic Four is so important, and especially in Secret Wars, and for it to just be a Stark variant would be annoying. And also, it would be important to have the real Doom, but also if Doomsday and Secret Wars are just with this Stark version of Doctor Doom, I feel like it lessens the impact of the real Doom if they ever decide to do that.
Exactly, yes.
Because they can't do a second Doomsday.
No, they can't. Because, like, literally the whole point of Secret Wars is not only you have battle war going on, but it is a really, like, chaotic relationship with Doom and Reed Richards.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it really does diminish it so bad. Look, all I'm saying, Feige, just bring me in. I'll tell y'all what to do. Write it in the script format, and I'll make everyone's lives much easier.
Bring us both in. I'll look at the Spider-Man 4 script, give my notes. Speaking of which, according to Daily RPK, the films that are taking place in between Doomsday and Secret Wars are apparently going to take place on Battleworld. And I think as of right now, there's 2 films set to release in between both Avengers films. And one of those might be Spider-Man 4. Please, God. Please, no.
I hope.
I just want a grounded Spider-Man movie, man.
Oh, Spider-Man on fucking Battleworld?
I don't know how that's gonna... Gross. It just...
Sounds gross. Dude, can we just, like, let Spider-Man be streets here for a couple, for a movie?
Obviously,
trilogy?
They could just stress, like, hey, this takes place before Doomsday.
That could be true, but bro, please let Spider-Man be grounded, please.
It's also looking like Spider-Man 4 is gonna release in 2026. It's just the question is whether it's gonna be before or after Doomsday, and if they're gonna, because okay, the rumor right now with all the Spider-Man script stuff is that it's gonna be grounded probably with, like, Daredevil and stuff, but, like, are they gonna? They'd have to just stress, because there's no way that's like, okay, now they have all the Doom stuff settled and they'd know what their plan is. There's no way they'd be like, gotta restart. Spider-Man's all Battleworld now. I just don't see that happening. So I am optimistic that they're not going to do that. But if they do, I'm going to be real pissed. Because that's what Sony wants. That sounds like a Sony decision. A Spider-Man movie set on Battleworld sounds like some Sony shit. Just get me grounded, Spider-Man. But yeah, this Doom stuff. It's either all of this hesitation with how this is going to be executed all hinges on RDJ's casting as the character.
Yeah.
I can't see a world. I can see a world where the movies come out and I enjoy them for what they are. But I don't see a world where these movies are going to be like as culturally resonant or impactful as Infinity War and Endgame. Because there's a lack of lead up. And I know I've always been like, oh, the multiverse or the multiverse saga, nothing's connected. Even though I think both of us would argue that it is connected, just as connected as the Infinity Saga, because it was really only the Avengers movies that were kind of connecting everything. There were some exceptions like Guardians and whatever, but it wasn't as connected as I think people assumed, because like Thanos appeared in like some post-credit scene in like bit parts in Guardians, and then boom, he's the big bad in Infinity War. But like to have no lead up to Doctor Doom is kind of insane. I don't know how they're going to execute this. And I'm very concerned, but I also trust the Russos and McFeely to deliver at least something, deliver at least something of some kind of quality. I don't think it's going to be absolutely fucking horrendous. But I don't know a world where this is going to please the majority of fans. I do think just RDJ's involvement in general is going to please a lot of general audiences. But even then, you know, like our friend Joel, his girlfriend, he's sort of introduced her to the MCU and all that recently. So she's more of a new casual fan. And she heard this news because I was at a party with Joel when he told her, and she was like, why? like that's stupid. I want to say it was Iron Man. It's like I don't know, because I do see a lot of people on Twitter that are like, this is a fucking stupid ass decision, this is horrible. But I also see a lot of people on the internet that's like, oh yeah, RDJ's back, I'm fucking in. So I don't know. I wonder which one is the loud minority who like, what are the general audiences for this? Are they not? It's I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But the rumor is that Doomsday is supposed to be like a more, you know, not grounded, but like a smaller story as compared to like a Secret Wars. But I don't know. Man. I'm scared. I am concerned. Also, I think the Thunderbolts are supposed to be in Doomsday as well. Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. There's no way Spider-Man isn't in there. Doctor Strange, probably. I don't know.
Captain America.
Captain America. Yeah. Hopefully Steve Rogers and not the other guy. Anyway.
Brother.
Do we move on?
Of course we do.
It's pretty much it for the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, so it's time to move on to the D23 stuff. Not as much as I was hoping, but also I understand that I think they're pulling back on like announcing like, hey, we're doing these like 4 exciting films and TV shows that are coming 5 years away. And I think all their stuff, their boat has been rocked so much, they can't do that anymore. So I get it. But Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, and Ironheart will appear in What If Season 3. Also, What If Season 3 will be the last season of the show.
Oh God, let's go. Move on.
I enjoy What If, but
I don't.
I know you don't. I enjoy What If, but yeah, it probably needs to end. I don't think the show is adventurous enough. That like the What If, like there's so many possibilities you can do with What If, and they're just not doing enough with it to warrant it continuing. So season 3 is the final season. That's good. There's going to be like a Gundam episode with like Sam Wilson's Captain America, Moon Knight, and I think someone else. But yeah, is what it is. Also, Eyes of Wakanda is a 4-part animated series that delves into Wakandan history. Todd Harris is developing the series, who served as a storyboard artist behind many modern action films. Also, an Iron Fist will appear in the series. We don't know which Iron Fist, But Iron Fist will appear in the series.
As long as we're getting one, this better be fucking better than Finn Jones' dumbass.
Jesus. 4 episodes. I don't. How long are these episodes?
they better be fucking an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I swear to God.
Literally. Yeah, I don't. Imagine they're 20 minutes.
I fucking kill myself.
I'm jumping off a bridge. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I'm excited because, you know, learning more about the Wakandan history is going to be interesting. Seeing an Iron Fist would be exciting. But yeah, I'm just curious how 4 episodes is going to work with this. Also, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the animated series that they're working on, will include a symbiote. So that is interesting. Coleman Domingo is going to be voicing Norman Osborn. That's great casting. He's going to be terrific. Also, Hudson Thames voices Peter Parker and Spider-Man in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He previously voiced the character in the Zombies episode of What If Season 2. And he's good. So that is good stuff there. Also, the first clip that they showed from Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which unfortunately didn't get leaked. I don't know how that didn't get leaked. Some of the stuff got leaked. Some of the stuff didn't get leaked. It's confusing. But it revealed that Peter gets his spider bite when Doctor Strange and Venom come through a portal fighting along with a spider. Some people are mad about that. I don't really give a shit. I just want to see the show.
I feel bad for you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I feel bad for you because, you know, like the spider thing.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'll be good.
All right, bet. Just looking out for you, brother.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, the spider in the Toby movies are... It's a little sus, but, you know, I can handle it.
What if that motherfucker's like fat as fuck, bro?
I don't think it will be. If it is, you know, maybe I'll shut the TV off.
They're fighting the spider.
No, Doctor Strange and Venom are fighting, and a spider happens to fall and land on Peter. At least that's what I'm gathering from it. I don't know.
I thought the clip didn't leak. Teaming up to fight. I thought the motherfuckers were teaming up to fight a spider.
No. It says Doctor Strange and Venom come through a portal fighting, and a spider falls and, you know, bites Peter.
Hey, shit.
I don't know.
I'm illiterate.
Maybe I'm illiterate. I don't know. Maybe if the clip leaked, we'd know. But I'm excited. The art style, or at least the art style, it looks super cool. Really going with that 60s comic aesthetic is really awesome. I'm super excited for the show. Unfortunately, no trailer and no release date other than it coming within the year or within a year, whatever. Also, Marvel Zombies, just like Eyes of Wakanda, is going to be a 4-episode TVMA event series, whatever the fuck that means. The first teaser that they showed at D23 revealed the Mandarin giving Shang-Chi the 10 rings to save his arm from a zombie bite. It also included the Shang-Chi, Katie, and Jimmy Woo fighting a Skrull biker gang in a Mad Max style sequence. I'm going to hate this. I can already tell you I'm going to hate this. At first, when it was like, oh, they're doing Marvel Zombies, it's going to be TVMA, it's not necessarily going to be connected to the What If episode, I was like, okay, we have there's some hope here. But based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like, oh, people like the Zombies episode of What If. What if we just make it its own thing, but keep like the same tone and everything from that episode of Zombies in What If? And no, thank you. I'm good. That's a hard pass from me. Fucking hate that shit. Marvel Zombies could be super cool, and Marvel Zombies in the comics is a super depressing, heartbreaking, gross like that whole sequence with Spider-Man when he's turning. And the whole thing with Marvel Zombies is that they're able to use their powers, but like consciously they're still there, but they're like trapped, and like their body is compulsively doing these things. Like there's that sequence of the comic with Spider-Man, he's turning and he's fucking ripping into I think it's either Aunt May or MJ or both, just fucking demolishing them. And all he could think of is like, I'm so sorry, like because he can't He literally can't help himself. And it's just fucking depressing and horrific. And it seems like this one, they're going to be like, haha, zombies, haha. And I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. They also showed Ironheart footage. I sent you the leaked trailer it didn't leak for a while. And it was really annoying. I'm like, no way all this other stuff leaked and no one filmed Ironheart. Luckily, someone did. It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks okay. Just not. I mean, I'm gonna watch it when it comes out, but I'm not like anticipated for it. You know, I'm like,
yeah, I think
not jumping with joy.
What I think some people are going to be excited for is the return of non-nanotech iron suit. Because
that's kind of crazy to think about that.
Yeah. I don't like Anthony Ramos. I think I've just learned that about I don't like him.
Why?
I don't know. I don't find his presence in anything I've watched enjoyable. And I saw him in this trailer. I was like, oh yeah, Anthony Ramos. Okay, cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited for it because I like to see more Ironheart. I really enjoyed her character in Wakanda Forever. But yeah, at least from this trailer alone, I'm like, it looks fine. It is what it is. We also got a new trailer for Agatha All Along. Not much different there. I'm pretty excited for it. Aubrey Plaza's in it, so I'm in regardless. We also got the trailer for Daredevil Born Again. Hip hip hooray. I mean, it didn't release online. We got a leaked trailer for Daredevil Born Again, I guess I should say. Also, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 begins filming soon. And we see in the trailer that Kamala Khan's father will appear.
Crazy.
Let's talk about this trailer, Torn, because it made me feel things that I haven't felt since 2018.
It's such an amazing trailer. Like, there's so much that's like going on, and like I am all excited for it at the same time. The cast is like so stacked to the fucking brim with like even just like the amount of like antagonists that it's gonna have. You know, obviously we have Mayor Fisk, we have White Tiger. Rest in peace to the actor to play White Tiger. And we also have Muse. And Muse is such a fucking crazy villain. I actually think I have the comic where he's in, I think it was Daredevil 2016. I had that run. I gotta read up on that.
You want to explain Muse to the people?
Yes. So what makes Muse such a great Daredevil villain is that Muse has basically makes it to where like his powers, Daredevil can't like perceive him. He can't fucking perceive him, so that makes him like a really great threat. What Muse is also like, he creates art with the blood of, you know, the people that he kills, and he's such a fucking crazy fucking villain. And I'm really excited that they incorporated this villain to the show as well, along with like, you know, Rusty Wilson, Bethel was Bullseye, bro, crazy. But yeah, I am really excited about this show. I mean, obviously, I am a big Daredevil fan, so you know, my heart's filled with so much joy, and I literally all my comics.
It looks and feels. I'm just like, this literally is Daredevil season 4.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy about it. Karen and Foggy are there, thank God.
Of course.
Foggy got a glow up. Bro finally figured his style out. The sequence with Punisher, he just fucking, oh my God. There's that scene with all the helmets.
Yeah.
Which the one on the right,
the gray one?
No, that's the one on the left. The one on the right.
Yeah. Which one was that one again?
Well, that's what I don't know, because it's a little dark. But what I saw, or what I think it is it's the fucking mask that doesn't, it goes over the bridge of the nose. That's what I think it is. And if that is what that is, I'm going to be very pissed off. Because that's what I want.
Motherfucker gonna be wearing fucking 5 suits in the show. That's so fucking crazy.
He's rumored to wear the black and red one in the show at least.
Shadowland? Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
Fuck you.
I hate Shadowland.
It's a good suit.
It's not a good suit. It's not a good story.
I didn't say it was a good story. It's a good suit, though.
The suit's fucking horrible, bro.
That's cap.
No, it's not. Red Daredevil for the win.
I mean, obviously, but that suit's also good.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
brother.
we see the yellow helmet there from the She-Hulk, and we got the gray one, which is cool. Obviously, we know he's getting a new suit in this anyway. That's just a brighter red. Looks fantastic. We also have that scene with him and Fisk in at like a diner, and they're conversing with each other. Matt Murdock's doing that thing. It's like, if you fucking step out of line, I'm gonna fucking get your ass. And Fisk's like, who's talking here? Is it Matt Murdock or is it the devil guy? and it goes into a montage. Well, first he like fucking does this laugh, which is great. Oh, he's so good. I love Vincent D'Onofrio, who, by the way, have you seen him lately? He's very skinny.
Yeah, he's been slimming down, bro. He's been hitting the gym. Next thing you know, he's gonna be fucking steroid up.
I'm pretty sure he's slimming down for health reasons.
Just imagine, bro. He's huge. He's fucking like Bane level fit.
I was about to say it's Vincent D'Onofrio, but he looks like Into the Spider-Verse.
That's this small ass head, bro.
But, yeah, he's like, is it the other half? And it goes into this montage of just action sequences. And what I think Charlie Cox alluded to, he did a little bit of like interviews after D23. It's like, it's Daredevil from the Netflix series, but some of the stuff, because it's in the MCU, they are allowed to, be a little bit more heightened with it. And we see just a little clips of it in this little montage there, that the action is heightened a little bit. He's using his billy clubs in more creative ways, which looks so good. There's just shots of him, like screaming, which I love.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that I was just thinking that too. Like the action is dialed up a little bit more, and I'm really glad that overall, like, the tension of the actual show feels a lot higher than it did in the Netflix series, which is so cool. But yeah, dude, the action is gonna make me fucking like really excited. Just
so exciting. And obviously Bullseye being back, we saw set videos with him, so we're going to get action with Bullseye, which is obviously super exciting. Like you said, Muse is ridiculously exciting. Kingpin being back is great. Just also Matt just as himself, he looks great.
Yeah, I know, he looks great.
Bro got that Disney money on him.
Charlie Cox, bro, like he's just a good looking man.
He's a good looking man. He's got what the kids call Riz.
He's like 40, 41.
I know he's fucking. Well, I was gonna say he's not old, but he's like he's getting up there.
But like this is like, I'm not even gonna lie. This is like his prime. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, when it comes to like just overall like Daredevil shit, bro.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the people that are returning for this, it's like they knew they had something special with Daredevil, and after Daredevil season 3, it was like, it looks like it's not gonna come back in any like real official capacity. So it feels like they're all like, now that they actually get this opportunity, they're really pushing it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super exciting. We know like the original fight coordinator has come back. What's her name? Vanessa. I forget the actress's name, but she's back. Obviously, we see her in the trailer, and that's great. We see that they do like a little, they clink their glasses together, but in the background, it's Rabbit in a Snowstorm, but it still has the blood splatter from the end of Daredevil season 3. And I just, give it to me now. Inject it into my veins, bro. But what also like kind of pisses me off, at D23, San Diego Comic-Con makes sense, but at D23, people are allowed to have their phones out. They know it's going to be recorded. They know it's going to get put on the internet. Why the fuck don't you just release it officially? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's going to get out there. So you're not going to like try to get ahead of it and be like, here it is in like full quality. So you don't have to see a fucking cam footage of it. It was still exciting regardless. But like, come on, man. But we do know at least that I do believe at the end of the trailer, or maybe they said it, that it is coming in like the first half of 2025. So it's coming sooner rather than later, which is great. We know it's going to be 9 episodes, which is a good amount.
It's gonna be 9?
Yeah.
Man, I kept thinking it was 12.
No.
Shit. Well, I remember
because it was 18 episodes. They split it in half.
Yeah, it was 18. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So technically, season 2 is season 1, part 2, but they're not going to call it that. And also, that's probably why they're getting on that shit quick. They're filming soon. But yeah, I'm so excited for this, man. I mean, obviously, we've talked about how much we love Daredevil as a series, but in particular, season 3. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fucking, I feel honored to have been able to watch that series. I feel lucky to be alive. I feel lucky to be alive as the series was airing. Like, I got to be there, bro, to witness God tier storytelling. I wish I could erase my memory so I could see that fucking prison one shot sequence again. Like, it's good. Anyway, oh yeah, at the end of the trailer, Kamala Khan's father is there. We get the kind of lawyer are you? He's like a really good one, and everyone's like, yay!
I knew they were gonna go for that, bro.
He said the line. So, did they shoot the stuff with Kamala Khan's father before all the stuff came out about him, or?
I don't. Probably, bro.
Because it's pretty sus. They got to recast or something. It's
or they could just cut him off, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Recast. I'm sorry. My fault, dog.
Come on. It's just like, yeah, my dad died last year. We don't know what happened. He just sort of vanished. It was weird. The lawyer was there. It was crazy. But yeah, that's it for the news, but also the topic also, which is the news. Yeah. So a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon, but also a lot of concerning stuff that we're, I guess, cautiously optimistic about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll see. What's next on the horizon? What's the next big thing? We just got Daredevil. We just got Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, what's next?
I have no idea. Isn't Captain America releasing soon?
That's coming out in February.
Yeah, February. Oh,
I guess
you know what?
It's Agatha. But that's, I'm talking about like big.
No, you don't know. Big thing coming up soon. Venom 3: The Last Dance, bro. You know what's going on, bro. That shit looks peak.
Sure it does.
But the trailer
looks better than the first two. I'll give it that.
The trailer was
pretty
really good. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Craven.
Oh, yay, Craven.
Craven the Environmentalist.
Oh man. Okay. Did you watch anything this week?
Yes, I watched Trap by M. Night Shyamalan.
Really good.
It was all right. I've been hearing a lot more positive stuff about this film, which I am actually all for, and I'm down to like rewatch Trap. And it's one of the things too where after this movie came out, I kept thinking about M. Night Shyamalan as a director, because M. Night Shyamalan,
he's extremely hit or miss.
Yeah, he's one of those hit or miss directors, but he's also a director that I respect for two reasons. Number one, he's already kind of solidified himself in like the filmmaking space by making like great films, like some of the greatest films, like Unbreakable, Split, Glass, Signs, and then you have
maybe not Glass.
Well, Glass was so profitable, so I don't give a fuck. it was so like really really profitable. But other than that, yeah, he's already kind of solidified himself. You know, for
Last
positive
Airbender.
and negative reasons too. One of them being the Last Airbender, but he's also a director to where like he knows what he wants, and he's not really bound to anything. And then also number two, he's a family man, and I respect a man who takes care of his family because you know, obviously his daughters are into film and are like in the creative space. Like you know, his daughter just released her first feature film, The Watchers, and her daughter was also in Trap as you know her like as an acting role and as a you know musician. And we're going into Trap. You know, you see the trailer. Some people saw the trailer, you know, and like pretty much it's like the concept is you have a serial killer who bought tickets to a concert and they're waiting for, you know, they're there to like capture them. And so the first and second act I think are fucking great. Like you have like just like this paranoid tension. This guy's like, hey, like the fuck is going on here? And when the guy's like, hey, bro, you hear that serial killer? They're trying to fucking trap his ass, trying to fucking get his ass here. And so, like, throughout the movie, you know, you just see, like, just this, yeah, like I said, this tension, this paranoia going on with Josh Hartnett's character.
Sorry,
Like,
are you spoiling it?
No, I'm not spoiling it.
Okay, well, I must ask this. Do they reveal who the serial killer is early on?
Do they reveal... What?
Do they reveal the identity of the serial killer early on in the movie?
Yes, they do.
I think that's a mistake.
Because
I know what happens.
Well, they show in the trailer too.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think it would have been cool for them to go through at least most of it, or at least at the concert. You know, there's like that paranoia, and it's like turns out there was paranoia because, you know.
Like the reason I don't think them revealing him to be the killer is the problem. I think it's just the way they went about it going towards the third act. Because he makes a decision in the second act going to the third act that actually raises up the stakes. But I don't know what the fuck happened. Like there's like I swear to God I didn't get up from my seat. I didn't fall asleep, but there was just like a slight disconnect in like one of the scenes, and it just made it so like goofy and cartoony. But other than that, like, you know, it's also one of the things to where when writing, at least to me, like when writing killers and writing like people who are supposed to be like methodical, like I don't even give a fuck if it's for like the plot. Like I just don't like when they make them fucking dumb or they make like a mistake. Because if you're that methodical, how the fuck are you gonna make a mistake? Like, brother, like, dude, ain't no fucking way. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. But like I said, there's just something fucking there that just didn't click with me. And
well,
like,
the killer had a bird tattoo.
No, it was a rabbit.
The killer had a rabbit tattoo, and it seems pretty identifiable.
Hey, bro, I mean...
I know it was small, but...
No, I mean, like, hey, bro, the guy who killed Uncle Ben had a star tattoo, but, like, he didn't find him, so, you know?
I guess that's true.
But still, like I said, I like the idea of, you know, like, yeah, this serial killer, and he's just, like, you know, trying to keep himself composed throughout this whole thing, and he's slowly, like losing it, because, you know, there's also, like, you know, just, you know, the stakes are getting high. But like I said, it's just kind of like the third act that's just kind of like it's not how I wanted the movie to end. But of course, like I said, I am all for rewatching it to kind of give like a second opinion on it. But right now I'm just like you know, there's the potential was there, but it didn't live up to me for the first time. And yeah, that's all I watched.
The stuff that I heard, it's like it's dumb, but it's fun.
And that's true too. Like, you know, that is a thing as well.
Sick ass concept though.
It is a sick ass concept, and that's the thing with like, you know, like M. Night. that's the criticisms that I hear from M. Night as well, is that he just takes like these great concepts, but he's not able to like fully like capitalize on them.
Yeah, and so far, it's at least recently it's like every other movie is good, because he had Old, about the beach that makes you old, which was apparently horrifically bad.
Yeah.
And then he did Knock at the Cabin, which is apparently pretty solid. I haven't seen it, and then he did this one, which is apparently not very good.
Yeah, but other than that, like I said, when it comes to like just this movie, I don't know. Well, we'll see how I feel about it in the future whenever I watch it again.
4 years.
4 years. That's all I watched this week.
I watched a bunch of stuff. Let's go. I watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
That shit was ass, right?
It was disappointing.
Yes, sir.
It was okay.
Just like Afterlife, you know?
Fuck you. Afterlife was incredible. It was better than the original.
I haven't seen Afterlife, but I know you like it a lot.
I will stand by that. Too. But yeah, Frozen Empire just felt just so average. Whereas Afterlife felt like, let's take the stuff from the past that you remember, but like really, I don't know. It felt like a love letter, but it didn't feel like in your face, like, hey, remember this? You remember this, right? And I felt like it's a very good example of what a legacy sequel should be. And this one felt like Frozen Empire felt like what Afterlife could have been if they didn't execute it well. It was fine. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad. There was still a lot of the characters are still enjoyable, particularly McKenna Grace's character. She's just delightful in these. She manages to make the, according to my calculations, character like likable. And she's like the de facto main character. It's a ensemble cast, but she's pretty much the main character. And she has a decent arc in it. She gay. Minor spoiler, I guess. She sort of falls in love with a ghost, which I think is an interesting concept to play with. But again, they didn't really execute it that well. But it is what it is. The old casts are back, but like again, it didn't feel earned. It just kind of felt like they were there because they're the old Ghostbusters, and it felt like they didn't trust the audience enough to enjoy the new cast. So they brought the old cast in. But it is what it is. Yeah. So I give it like a 7 out of 10. It was okay. Afterlife is significantly better. And it was just disappointing. This one, at least according to the Ghostbusters fan base, it's also like a very love it or hate it. Because the Ghostbusters fandom apparently like really loved Afterlife, as they should. And this one is like, they either felt like it was really fun and it was a really great time, or they felt like it was a soulless cash grab. And I tend on the latter. But yeah, I also watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yes, sir. Peak, right?
That shit's fire, bro.
That shit's fucking awesome.
Where the fuck is my sequel?
I don't know, man.
I know Armie Hammer is problematic. Recast the guy. And I also know I think it didn't do that well. It didn't do that well critically, which I think is fucking insane. Actually, what year did The Man from U.N.C.L.E. come out?
2016, right?
2016, really? 2016? Come out 2016? Came out 2015. I guess, I don't know, because obviously The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is very James Bond-esque. And it doesn't reach the heights that Daniel Craig's Bond does in like Casino Royale or Skyfall or No Time to Die, but it's better than the lowest points in that franchise. I don't know, like it's just a really fun, solid spy thriller comedy.
Oh yeah.
The cast is great. Armie Hammer. Henry Cavill. And Henry Cavill should have been British in this. I was disappointed when he spoke and he was American. I was like, God damn it. It is what it is. They could have just switched the British and Americans around, and I think it would have been the same, except Henry Cavill is British. But yeah, it was just, there's not much to say about it. It was just a fucking fun time. It was just a blast. I want my sequel. It's genuinely annoying that there is no sequel. Why isn't there a sequel? It did well, at least audience wise. I'm curious if it made a profit or not. They set up for a sequel. I don't know. It just feels like a no-brainer to make a sequel to this, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, it was just a fun time. It was a little predictable, but like, it's also not trying to be like super like, oh, like twist heavy and whatever. It's just a fun time. Who directed this? Guy Ritchie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is one of his better
Ritchie.
films for me.
Have you seen The Gentleman?
I have not seen The Gentleman.
You should watch it.
I don't want to.
You don't want to watch The Gentleman?
Not really.
You're a fucking asshole.
Okay.
Just say no.
Well, have
right
you
now.
seen Sherlock Holmes?
Yes, I have.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, you got me there.
I'm not gonna lie. The Gentleman's probably like the best of his like filmography.
Let's calm down. I want to watch his new one. His Guy Ritchie does Inglourious Bastards, but not as good because it looks fun.
The Ungentlemanly Warfare.
It's coming to a streaming service relatively soon. I forgot which one.
I hope it's not a fucking irrelevant one.
It won't be MGM Plus. I know that for a fact. I swear I saw it on like coming soon to whatever, but I don't remember which service it was.
Coming soon to McChicken.
It was either Netflix, HBO Max, or is there another one?
What, Hulu?
No, I don't think it was Hulu. Paramount? I don't think it was Paramount though. Peacock?
It was Paramount. It was Paramount or Peacock or HBO Max. I'm cool with that.
What about Netflix?
Netflix is cool. Yeah, they're putting a lot of Guy Ritchie films on there too. That's why I wanted you to watch The Gentleman. It's on Netflix.
That's where I saw Man from U.N.C.L.E. It's on Netflix.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. The Gentleman just doesn't look interesting to me.
No, I'm telling you, bro. I swear I will get on my fucking hands and knees and I will beg. Please watch The Gentleman. It's so good. Swear to God, bro. I would like fucking like walk on all fours.
Jesus.
The Gentleman is so good. You don't even have to watch the series. You can just watch the movie.
I definitely don't want to watch the series.
Yeah, you don't have to watch the series. Just watch the movie.
Have you seen the series?
Yes, I have seen the series.
Is it good?
It's okay.
So it sucks.
No. It is the most spin-off thing I've ever seen. That's the only way I can really explain the series.
Got it. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Trying to look at the box office. It made 110 million worldwide.
Really?
Which sounds bad, but The Gentleman made the exact same amount.
Yeah. $75 million budget.
Damn. Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah.
The Gentleman.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Budget. 22 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, what'd you say the Man from U.N.C.L.E.'s budget was?
75 million.
Okay, I guess that makes more sense. Still, though, I want a sequel. Anyway, I watched Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. The animated trilogy, I guess, that they're doing for their animated DC universe. Torn, let me tell you something. This shit is ass. Straight cheeks, bro. It's so bad.
Yeah, I heard all three of the movies are not good.
The first one isn't horrible. I mean, it's not good. But it at least tries to do something. This one's just terrible. Not only is it terrible, the worst thing in my opinion a movie can be is boring, and this is so fucking boring. It's so boring. And the unfortunate thing is this universe started out so strong. They had Man of Tomorrow, the Superman movie that started it, which was really good. They did The Long Halloween, which you watched, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then after that, they did the Justice Society World War II. That was a Flash-centered movie, and that was really good. But after that, just went way downhill. And apparently, I saw that the reason for that is they had the entire universe like set up. They had a plan for it and everything, but there was some like personnel switcheroos and hirings and firings and switch ups at the company. And the guy that came in just had zero clue what to do. And so the quality just took a gigantic nosedive. If you look, there's fucking pictures on the internet. If you get these movies physically, the spines, once all the movies were out, it was supposed to spell out DC Universe, but now it spells DC Unit. And that's
DC Uni, bro. DC University.
Like, it's just unfortunate. Like, there was supposed to be a certain amount of movies that it would spell out DC Universe, and now it's just like, we'll do Crisis on Infinite Earths after like 5 movies. Crazy. And like the Green Lantern movie that came out was horrifically bad. Like, it was worse than this one. It was so bad. I think there was another one that I just didn't bother watching because I don't give a fuck. But I was like, I'll see what they do with Crisis on Infinite Earths. And at this point, I'm in too deep. I'm gonna have to watch the third one. I gotta see. But it's just so bad. They try to do this story. Oh, there was another one with Supergirl. It was Justice Super Society of Preschoolers. I don't fucking know. It was fucking Legion of Superheroes. I think that's what it was. And that was also just not good. And it just annoying. That was annoying. And yeah, so they try to like tie it all together in this, and they try to do this thing with Supergirl that's just not interesting at all. And a couple of the villains are just not interesting at all. And we finally get like Jensen Ackles Batman in this universe, and they just do absolutely fuck all with him. It's just so bad. It's so bad, Torn. They do nothing with it. Oh, I'm very curious to see how bad the third one's going to be. I actually don't think it'll be as bad as this. It has Kevin Conroy in it, so the one good thing to come out from all this is that one scene with Kevin Conroy's Batman, with that very poetic ass line as his final performance as the character. But outside of that, ass. And then lastly, I watched Batman Caped Crusader, available on Prime Video. It's great. I had a really fun time with it. I think the people that have watched it have enjoyed it, but there's people that haven't watched it that see clips online and they're like, this is ass. People are complaining about the animation, which I guess is valid, but I also feel like it's meant to call back to this era of animation. It's not like super fucking fluid. It is stiff, but so was like the original Batman the Animated Series. It's also a lot of people are complaining about the character designs, but they're literally all meant to be the first appearances of these characters, like from the comics. And they nail that, except Harley Quinn, which is a new take because Harley Quinn was made in the 90s. But literally everything is supposed to be like first appearance Batman. Obviously, it takes cues from that design. It's supposed to be first appearance Catwoman. It does that. First appearance, or the original Clayface, they do that. That a similar design. I'm blanking out on one of the villains. Two-Face. Again, people are like, oh, it looks so boring. That's how it looked at the time. That's the whole point of the series. It also, what I like about it is that it doesn't retread the same ground as Batman the Animated Series. It uses a lot of the same characters. A lot of the backgrounds look very similar in a good way, because the backgrounds in that show is spectacular. It still looks very gothic. It still has that sort of Batman the Animated Series feel while being its own thing. And as much as people are complaining about the animation, that's not the fucking point of this series. The point of this series, what makes the series good and what makes this series shine is the writing. What I will say though, is that it's one of those shows that gets better as it goes along. If someone is just like watches the first 2 episodes, they might be like, it's okay, but it's also not like Batman the Animated Series, like those old cartoons where you can just jump in at any point and it works. I mean, technically you could do that, but there is a through line that goes through the season, and it pays off by the end. Also, it's the first season. Like, a lot of people are comparing it to like the best of the best from Batman the Animated Series, and I don't think that's a fair comparison. They're still establishing the new versions of these characters and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought it was really great. As far as performances go, I don't have the fucking cast list up for me, but I do know Hamish Linklater is Batman and Bruce Wayne. He does a good job. A lot of people, I think, are gassing him up a little too much. Like, he's good, and we complained about it then in that initial reveal. But then when we saw the trailer, it was like, okay, it works a lot better, and that still tracks. He does work. I will say though, there is a couple times where it's really funny, because I do love when they do like the back and forth, where it's like, when he's Bruce Wayne, he's all like, he's talkative and up, and he's upbeat, and then he'll like get in his car and he'll be like, Alfred, we got to get to the Batcave. It's really enjoyable. But in this show, they do the same thing, but something about his performance as both of these characters, or this character, both sides of this character, it's really jarring, because his Bruce Wayne's really good and his Batman's solid. But when it hard cuts to his Batman, it's really jarring. Which is really funny. But a lot of people are like, oh, it reminds me of Kevin Conroy. I'm like, let's slow down there. But yeah, he's really good. Commissioner Gordon is really fantastic in this. There's one episode where he pisses me off, but outside of that, he's really fantastic. Barbara Gordon, they do a bit of a diversion with her character. Not that different. It's still Barbara Gordon. But I thought the direction they took with that was really good. The new version of Harley Quinn, it's like Harley Quinn, but like flipped basically. And it's very good in my opinion. Like, I don't think anything's going to beat original recipe Harley Quinn, but for them to just do a new version, I think they did a really good job. And especially for her not being connected to the Joker. It was really interesting. Renee Montoya gets a lot of play in this, which I feel like she doesn't a lot of the time. And that was really fun to see, because I think she's a great character. A lot of the stuff they do with the villains is also, again, really interesting. Harvey Dent gets a good arc in this. But overall, yeah, I think it's a really good show. And I think people should check it out, especially if they're a fan of Batman the Animated Series.
Hell yeah. That's facts.
Yeah. So why'd you lie to me?
I just felt like doing it,
It's not cool, man. So when are you going to watch it then?
When am I going to watch it?
Yeah, when are you going to watch it?
Probably this week. I ain't got shit to do. I'm poor, so.
Real. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I watched this week. So is that the show?
That is the show.
All righty then. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Avengers podcast. What's the outro? We haven't done this in so long.
Oh my fucking God.
What's the outro? Hold on. I got it. Thanks again for listening to the Avengers podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on Twitter. There we go. I got it. I figured it out. It's AVG. Wait, no. AVENGE nerds. All one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at @Zenith_ on Twitter. Where can they reach you?
Nowhere.
We're back to that again?
Yes, sir.
It's confusing me, but
no one's gonna follow me. I don't care.
Well, no one's joined the Discord. No one's followed. Look, who cares? I mean, why not?
No, it's okay.
All right.
Just continue.
We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to Adventures Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.